Welcome to class. Don't really want to move? I've been there too. Allow me to guide you through some fun and simple moves. Let's get started on our back. We're going to start with some breathing. So find a comfortable position on your back, arms by your side. We're going to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. Keep this breathing going. I like to place my hands on the belly so you can really connect with the breath. Inhale, feel the belly rise. Exhale, feel your hands lower down with the belly. Good. On your next inhale, exhale, pull that belly button back towards your spine. Squeeze your core. Good. And breathe through that rib cage. Nice and relaxed. Soften. We're going to start with some imprinting. So we're going to press that lower back into the mat and release. So here, you're bringing your attention to the pelvis and you're feeling it rock. Inhale, you release. Relax the back. Exhale, press that lower back into the mat. Just like that. Extra challenge here. Try to squeeze your core and keep squeezing it as you inhale and invite the breath through your rib cage. You can place your hands on your rib cage so you can see what that feels like. And now relax on that rocking. You can be still now. Let's check in with our form for our next move. Feet are hip width apart, about a palm's distance from your glutes. Ready? We're gonna add on to this imprinting. We're gonna press that lower back into the mat and begin to lift the hips, the lower back, the middle back, the upper back. We're gonna press the heels into the mat to lift our hips higher so that they're knee height. And we're pausing on our shoulder blades. So we don't want to roll onto our neck. We're just pausing on our shoulder blades here. Press those arms into the mat. Inhale. Begin to peel that spine down. Upper back, middle back, lower back. Keep moving through this. Inhaling and exhaling. Enjoy this spinal massage. Good. Relax down, and now we're just gonna begin to hinge our hips up. So we're no longer rolling through the spine. We're just going into that straight into that glute bridge. Inhale, press those arms into the mat. Exhale, lift the glutes up. Slightly tuck that pelvis under to engage the glutes a bit more. Pause at the top and lower. We're lowering the glutes, tapping the mat. Exhale, we lift up. Get those arms involved, keep pressing them into the mat. They also help you lift up a little higher so that when you lift up, your shoulders, your hips, and your knees are in a nice line. Good. Final few. Last one, lower down, take a breath. We're gonna add on. So we're gonna continue with that bridging motion, but now we're gonna stop halfway and we're gonna lift up from there. Ready, inhale, press those arms into the mat, squeeze the glutes, press your heels into the mat to lift up. We lower halfway, we lift. Keep going through this. If you need to slow it down, do it. If you need to bring your glutes back to the mat and reset, this is your class. Listen to your body. You are strong. Notice that when you lift up, your rib cage isn't rising as well. You're keeping that rib cage tucked in through this motion. Last one, we lower down and take a breath. Next variation, we're gonna lift up the heels and we're gonna keep them lifted. Ready? Deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, we lift those hips up. We lift both heels. Coming onto the balls of our feet, we lower down the hips halfway and we lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Great. Be mindful here of your lower back. It may want to drop down. Keep that pelvis tucked under to lift those hips up. And keep that back nicely supported. And we lower down. Take a breath. We have one more variation in this glute series. Deep inhale. Exhale, ready? We lift up again. Meet me in a glute bridge. Find that nice form. Press the palms into the mat, the arms into the mat. Shoulders are pressed into the mat as well. Can you lift a little higher? Now we're lifting the heels up. Keep the hips high. Freeze the hips so the hip points are next to each other. One's not lower than the other. Ready? We're lowering the heels and lifting the heels. Good. If this feels like too much, the modification is lower the heels and you can lift them alternating here. If you need a break, lower down and just meet me up here again. You're almost there. Last one. And we lower the heels, lower the glutes. Deep inhale. We're gonna move into our dead bug series. Ready to prepare? We are going to lift up the legs into tabletop. Ready? We're gonna inhale, exhale, squeeze the core. Make sure the lower back doesn't lift here. And we're just gonna toe tap. So the right toe comes down, lifting that right leg and lowering the left one. We wanna try to keep a 90-degree bend here. Keep your head on the mat for me as I demonstrate. You wanna keep the 90-degree bend as you lift and lower. This makes it a bit more challenging. And you can also see there's a 90-degree bend here at the hip. Keep it going here. Modification, just drop both feet, lift them up. And last one, we rest, lower the legs down. Next up, we're just gonna isolate through the arms as we keep our legs in tabletop. Modification, you can just keep your feet on the mat as is. Ready? If you're lifting your legs up, join me now. We're bringing both arms up shoulder height and both arms are parallel. So we don't want them uneven here. We're trying to keep them next to each other. We lower the right by our ear and we bring it right back up next to the left. Alternating, lifting the left. All while we try to keep our legs in tabletop, knees over the hips. Try to keep that rib cage down towards your hips so it's not lifting up. You have a nice, strong position here. You got this. You're almost there. Last one. We lower the feet and lower the arms. Ready? We're gonna put both moves together. We're gonna take a deep inhale to prepare. Exhale, squeeze that core, lift the legs into tabletop, knees over those hips, the arms come up, shoulder height, right next to each other, and we're gonna alternate going into that toe tap. Left and the arm comes back. So arm reach and toe tap. We switch, right leg, left arm. If you feel like your lower back is lifting off the mat when you do this, you can get as great of a core workout here if you just drop halfway while protecting that lower back. So you wanna think about the motion of bringing that toe to the mat, but you can just drop the foot halfway. And really the magic is happening here in the core as you're trying to stabilize as you move the arms and the legs. Good. Almost there. Nice, last one, lower the arms and lower the legs. Good, we're gonna come onto our side here for our side series. We're aligning our spine with the back of the mat, and you can have your hands in the palm of your hand or on the top of your arm. Lower leg is bent, top leg reaches out really long. Inhale, we flex the foot, we kick it forward. Exhale, we point it back. Good. As you do this, I want you to think about keeping the hip points stacked. The hips are naturally gonna wanna rock backwards, but we're trying to keep them on top of each other. And I want you to imagine as if you're swinging this leg on a table. So we wanna keep it about hip height table. Good. And reach that leg away as if I'm pulling you from your foot. So you feel a nice stretch. Good. And last one, we rest, lowering the leg down. Taking a breath here. When you're ready, we're lifting back up. We lift and lower the leg. During side series exercises too, you want to think about tucking that rib cage in so we're not drooping, dumping our weight into the mat. We're really engaged here. Our whole body is working. You're doing great. If you need a break, just drop the leg down and meet me back up. You got this. Nice, lower that leg down, taking a little break here. We're gonna get into leg circles next. So let's find that form. We're landing that back with the back of the mat, and our hand is placed here, or we can have our head on the top of our arm. Ready, we're going into leg circles, forward. Stretch that leg away. You can use this top arm for support. How small are you making those circles? Your body will tell you. If your body is rocking, make them a bit smaller. Inhale, exhale, we're reversing the circle, bringing that circle back. You got this, breathe through this, in through the nose, out through the mouth. You are strong. I'm feeling this too. You're almost there. And we lower. Good. Ready? We're pressing ourselves up into a mermaid pose here. Stretching out this arm we were just on. Bringing it up towards the ceiling and coming into a nice side bend. And stretching the arm up, relaxing it. You can stay in the Z sitting position, or you can come into a side sit if that feels more comfortable for you. Whichever one you prefer. Let's keep moving through this mermaid on this side. And reset. Imagine a string pulling you from the crown of your head, long spine. Inhale, raise that arm up. And reach, reach. And reset. I love this stretch. I hope you do too. And last one. Nice, we're swinging the legs around and coming onto the other side. Ready? Head is in the palm of your hand or on the top of your arm. Reminder, align that spine with the back of your mat. Bottom leg is slightly bent, stretching the top one out. And we begin with our side kicks, kicking forward and then pointing the toe to swing it back. Good. Reminder to keep those hip points stacked. The top hip may want to rock back. We're squeezing our core to keep them still. Can you kick a little further out? Can you bring that leg back a bit more? And your final one. And we lower, relax the leg. Preparing for the next exercise. We're just gonna lift and lower. Ready, inhale, exhale, we lift that leg up, stretching it away from you, and we lower. Good. Keep breathing through this. You got this. You're stronger than you know. Remember, if you need to drop that leg down for a mini break and bring it right back up, there's nothing wrong with that. Listen to your body. And we're going into our last one. Nice, we lower the leg down and rest. We're gonna move next into our circles. Check in with your form here. Squeezing that core, keeping that rib cage tucked in. Press that top hip away. Going straight into our circles. We're doing circles forward. Think about doing circles like the size of a tennis ball here. Ready to reverse. And we go backwards. And we lower that leg down, woo! Press yourself up gently using that top hand. And we're coming into that mermaid pose on the other side here. Raising that arm we were just on to stretch through that side body too. Inhale, tall spine. Exhale, we bend. Resetting. Sitting up tall, raising the arm, and reaching towards the side. If you want to go a bit deeper, you can press that palm away, slide it away from you, and then bring it back in to reset. And last one. Nice. Meet me on your belly for the final move before the stretch. We're gonna work on a back extension exercise. So we're gonna have our hands stacked on top of each other, and we're gonna rest our forehead on them. We're gonna glue our hands to our forehead. Keep the feet on the mat, and we're just lifting and lowering here, using our back. We want to keep that rib cage on the mat. So it's a tiny little lift. Squeeze the core. Think about lengthening through the crown of your head, creating space between your shoulders and your ears. Take your time here. Feet can be about hip width apart, just kind of like if you're standing, that same width. Good, you're almost there. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Good. We're gonna press back into a child's pose to counter that flexion, that extension, I'm sorry, with some flexion here. Stretch the arms long away from you. You can rest the head here. Allow the hips to feel really heavy. You can close your eyes here. I'll tell you when to come up. We're starting to slow down the breath, making the exhale noticeably longer than the inhale. Nice, we're rolling it up onto our knees. And we're gonna bring our left leg forward into a low lunge. Good. We're gonna tuck the pelvis under and we're gonna shift our weight forward and we're gonna hold here. And just breathe. Allow the shoulders to relax. You have a nice open chest. Option to press this knee away and out to open up through that hip. Good, bring that knee back in alignment with your foot. Take a deep inhale. And we're gonna begin to shift our weight back now. Stretching the leg out. We're gonna flex the foot. If you feel tightness in your hamstring, you can bend the knee here, okay? And we're gonna relax. We can keep the palms on the mat, or you can stay up here, hands on the hips. See what feels better for you. Keep breathing here. We're taking deep inhales in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good, we're gonna move into the next pose. We're bringing that foot flat on the mat now. That right palm is gonna be under that right shoulder and we're gonna come into a twist. Reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling. We're really pressing that palm into the mat in a way so we're not dumping our weight into the mat, pressing and creating space between the shoulder and the ear. Stay here. I'll let you know when to unwind from this little twist. Keep breathing, you're almost there. Ready, begin to unwind. And we're gonna come into a pigeon pose next. We're gonna heel toe that foot across the mat, relaxing the leg down and beginning to allow the hips to melt. You can stay up here if this feels good for you. You can also come down onto your forearms or bring the forehead down. If this position feels too tight for you, the modification is bring this foot in towards your midline. So you're closing up this space under your knee. And I want you to think about trying to have those hip points next to each other. If you have your head down, I'll let you know when to come up. Ready, begin to unwind from this position. Bring those palms onto the mat. Tuck those back toes under and bring the left leg back so it meets the other leg. Slowly rolling up. And we're resetting. We're gonna do this on the other side. Ready? We're bringing up that right leg into a low lunge, tucking the pelvis under and shifting your weight towards the top of the mat. Finding stillness here. I like to inhale for a 4 count and slowly exhale for about a 7 or 8 count. The longer you exhale, the deeper you can stretch. Deeper stretches are underrated. You can press that knee away, opening up the hip. For the final few seconds here. Good, begin to bring that knee back in alignment with your foot. On your next exhale, we're bringing those hips back and we're flexing the foot here. Notice, without judgment, that one side may be tighter than the other. That's normal, so adjust so you feel comfortable. If your hamstring is tight on this side, just bend the knee. You wanna flex that foot, toes pointing towards you. And just breathe here too. Option to come into an upright position, or you can stay here low. This is your class. Do what feels good for you. Close your eyes here. Enjoy the stretch. Final few seconds. Ready, we're placing that foot back onto the mat. The left palm comes under that left shoulder. And we're gonna begin to open up, bringing that arm up to the ceiling, stretching it. And we're pressing that left palm into the mat, creating space between our ears and our shoulder. Final few seconds. Begin to lower that arm down. We're gonna heel toe that foot across the mat, coming into our pigeon pose, relaxing the leg down, allowing the hips to melt. Stay here if this feels good, or come down onto your forearms or your forehead. Allow your body to feel really heavy here. Almost as if you're melting into the mat. Releasing any tension you may be holding. Try to keep those hip points next to each other. And if you need more space, more support in this pose for the final few seconds, bring that foot in towards your midline, towards the center. Good, we're tucking the back toes under, palms onto the mat. Engage the core, bring that leg back next to the other one and meet me in a seated position. You did it, great job. Take a moment here to thank yourself for showing up for you. You're stronger than you know, and you proved that to yourself today. Thank you for moving with me. I hope to see you soon.